We're back with the League of the Genuine. This is a conversation that I have with a difference. We are out of the usual setting. We are 20 kilometers out of Kampala city in a village called Nakweru village. It is in Kira municipality in Wakiso district on the outskirts of Kampala. We are here with a special guest, a friend of the League of the Genuine, with his wife. Please join me in welcoming Robert Ochen and his wife, Rose Twesigye. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
As you can see, Robert is in a wheelchair. Some of you who don't know his story, you may be thinking, what happened to him? Many years ago, when I came into contact with his family, Robert was bedridden. He could not move his body apart from his head. He had a broken spine, and he was in really a bad shape. So it's very nice, Robert, to see that you are in this kind of position. Can you just tell us who you are and why you're in a wheelchair?
Thank you very much. My name is Robert Ochen. I'm originally from Lira, the northern part of Uganda. But now I'm in Nakweru, as you have introduced. On the 6th of September 2006, I was traveling to my home district or village of Lira.
It's now a city, Robert.
Yeah, it is
Lira
nice
city.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice city. 10 kilometers to the city, I got a very serious car crash. We had followed a trailer for about 60 kilometers, but couldn't give us way. The trailer was driving slowly. We were also driving reasonably slow speed, around 60 kilometers per hour. But at this particular point, 10 kilometers to Lira city now, the trailer driver indicated that he has given us way. We could overtake. When we tried to overtake and we reached halfway from the trailer, all of a sudden, again he came on the road. So we don't know whether he was possibly dodging a pothole or he had some bad heart intended to hit us, or was not a qualified driver who somehow he couldn't control the vehicle and came and hit us. I was the co-driver, so the behind part, the front part of the behind trailer hit exactly where I was seated, and our car got stuck on the trailer. So I don't know whether, because our car was now stuck on the trailer, he wanted to detach us off, or he failed to control the trailer. He branched in the bush. But since our car was a bit low, could not...
You are in a saloon car?
Yes. Could not cross over the edge of the road. So we hit the edge of the road and overturned several times now, deep in the bush. So that is how...
Robert, the reports indicate that about 3,000 Ugandans die every year due to motor accidents.
Yes.
How were you able to survive? I can imagine a small sedan saloon car being hit by a trailer. How did you survive being one of those statistics of the 3,000 who die every year?
That one could also be miraculous, because this one was a new car. In our stand, we call it a new car, but it was a reconditioned car, only 3 months old on the road. So I don't know whether there was due inspection of the car prior to importation or when it was already here. But for us, we imagine new cars should be genuine cars. So for us as lay people, we didn't know, or maybe they even up to know. Up to now, we don't know whether all the parts were genuine, good mechanical condition.
That is for the trailer or for your car?
For ours, because ours was a new car. But we have been moving with it very well.
Was the truck driver apprehended, arrested, and prosecuted?
No.
Obviously,
maybe, but I don't know. Because we even tried to trace for the vehicle. By the time we started tracing it, it had already been removed. Because I spent 1 week in Lira before being referred to
in the hospital.
Yes, in the hospital.
Before we come to Rose to tell us her side of the story, what experience she had, can you just in a minute tell us what injuries you sustained? What was your condition as a result of this crash by the trailer?
I broke the neck.
You broke the neck?
Yes, actually, the neck has got 7 bones. So 6 of them were affected. 4 were dislocated. 3 were broken. The last one, the 7th bone, was crushed that they had to remove another bone from here to graft onto it because it could no longer stay in the body. Then was supported with some metal. Then I broke the lower back also and 1 rib. So the upper part, the neck, which got broken, pierced the spinal cord and damaged it. That is what has caused paralysis up to now.
So you become paralyzed.
Yes.
Can you blame the kind of injuries you got to not wearing a seatbelt?
I was wearing a seatbelt. Only that the car got squashed on me. And I imagine without the seatbelt could have been worse because men would be throwing me here and there.
You will tell us more about that. Rose, it's when your husband got this accident. Where were you and how did you receive the news?
I was home. And when he called, I was not in the house. I had the
called after the accident or before?
After the accident, the following day. In fact, what happened, we have a habit. When one travels, you reach wherever you reach, you call back. And that day, he did not call me. And I was like, okay. I think I didn't even have airtime on the phone. I'm like, okay, maybe we'll call tomorrow. And indeed, he called tomorrow. Unfortunately, when he called, I'd left the phone behind because I was taking my son. I'd moved with my son, escorting him to school. And then I have a brother that time I was staying with. He received the call and he talked to him and he told him that he should tell me he has got an accident, I should travel to Lira. But when he told me, of course I couldn't believe. I thought it was just a minor accident and we traveled. But
so you traveled to Lira?
Yeah.
To see him?
Yes. Before I reached Lira town, because I didn't know the place, the names of where he had got accident from. But I thought the car was still there at the scene. And I screamed in the bus and someone was seated opposite by my seat. And that person told me, my daughter, relax. When that accident happened, I watched, I was there, and nobody died. But they took someone who was very badly off, but no one died at the spot. Remember, he did not talk to me. He spoke with my brother, so I could not understand. I was like, maybe it is a minor accident. I'd moved with some American guy. We shared a seat. And when of course, I'd told him I'm traveling to Lira, my husband got an accident. And then he asked me the hospital where he was. I didn't know the hospital. Then I told him I knew the name. So he told me, relax, let's go up to the park. Then when we reach to the park, I will take you because they are coming to pick me, the hotel where I'm sleeping, and the hotel is just opposite that hospital you said. And that's what happened. We went, and when we reached the park, he picked my bag and we moved together. Then when we reached the hospital, when I got him, honestly, I couldn't understand.
Was he conscious?
He was unconscious. When I reached there, his face was divided in 2 pieces. He was just there. It is only the fingers that I noticed is the one. And definitely his relatives were seated there. The mother was there. But I was like, oh, maybe it's not the one. And then my son was just running all over the hospital asking the doctor, this is not my father, please come and show me where my father is. My father got accident yesterday, but this is not my father. Until when I told him, relax, this is your father. And after 10 minutes, he woke up and saw me and said, hey, you've come? I said, yes. So I don't know at that moment whether he went into coma, whether he did what, I can't tell. But he just went back to sleep until the following day when the doctors called me and they told me the truth. Your husband, his condition is not good and we cannot handle him here. We have to refer him to go to Mulago. So still I could not understand. I was like, maybe it is just a one thing. Maybe we are going to be in the hospital for some few days, some few weeks, and we're going to be discharged back home. So when we reached, we spent in Lira 1 week trying to look for ambulance and the rest. So when we got an ambulance, we traveled to Kampala. We found his sister and in-law, his brother-in-law, that already organized. We reached in the hands of Dr. Joel Chiriabwire.
Is it Professor Chiriabwire?
Yes.
The neurologist?
Yes. Yeah. He was the first doctor who handled it.
At Mulago?
Yes, please. And the rest, that's how our journey started. And he was...
What's your comment, Rose, about the emergency medical services that you were able to receive in Lira, in Mulago? Because sometimes people complain that there is negligence by some medical personnel or some hospitals, so that some victims of accidents or certain conditions, maybe even pass on because they are not attended to. How was the service like?
The services, I would say, what I received, because I reached in Lira the second day, Lira Medical Center, it was good. They attended to him very well. And then in Mulago also was okay. But there is this an intern doctor who mentioned a word that was really horrible.
In Mulago?
Yeah. Yeah. But
in Mulago?
Yes. But because maybe we...
What did the intern say?
The intern said, this one have few hours to die. After doctor...
And the doctor told you direct?
No, I was there with him in my presence.
And told the patient as well?
The patient that time wasn't conscious. Well, but me I had, but I didn't bother because I was already Dr. Joel was doing his best. So in fact, this doctor intern was even passing. So I don't know why really he did that, but the rest he was handled well. I wouldn't say that he didn't.
For how long have you been looking after your husband? Because he got paralysis, he was in hospital. How has it been still in terms of medical support? Has it been easy? Has it been forthcoming?
Of course it has not been easy. Like when
in terms of the medication, the healthcare. The
healthcare, I would say it is that has been okay. Because every time that I take him either to Mulago or Chorudu, they work on him very fast. They attend him very fast.
They attend to him?
Yes.
Robert, we're going to take a break, but when we return, Robert, we are going to be talking firstly about the kind of injury you got and whether there is specialized treatment for that kind of injury here. And then also too, we are going to talk about your marriage to Rose after the accident. When we return. Welcome back to the second segment of our League of the Genuine Conversations with me, Fred Muwema. I'm here with a gentleman, a survivor of a motor road accident, but I'm also here with another survivor or heroine, Rose, his wife, who has stuck by her husband for the last 15 years, even when he has been incapacitated. We shall be going into what that means to the marriage institution, which we know is suffering a lot of setbacks and threats at the moment. But first, Robert, the kind of injury you got, and this is being shared so that if you choose to be reckless, if you choose not to follow the traffic regulations, if you ever get involved in a motor accident, you can face this kind of situation that Robert is in. What did you say you got paralyzed? What does that mean? The nerves died, or in simple terms, what did it mean? Your functionality was how? Could you be able to walk? Could you be able to do things on your own?
Well, now, when the nerves get injured, it depends.
So nerves were injured?
Yes, it depends on which part. Now, since mine was very high, the neck level, that means all the regions below the neck cannot function. I cannot control. I'm just lucky that I can lift the hand. But in most cases, when the injury is up like that, even lifting the hands is impossible. To some extent, others cannot even talk. Even me, I think I took about 20 hours, I could not talk. But now, my hands can't grasp anything because of that. So any part below the injury level don't work, can't control.
So this kind of injury, do we have specialized treatment for it in Uganda?
No, in Uganda not. Actually, well over, I don't think it has yet been approved by World Health Organization for such kind of treatment. Though there are other experimental treatments which other people react to positively and they regain all their functionalities. Others don't. So it depends from one individual to another in some of these developed countries. And the kind of treatment is the stem cell treatment.
Stem cell treatment, yes.
Yes. Or there's some device, electric device which they implant in the body. I've forgotten the term a little bit. So those are the only two types
But
of treatment.
when we were engaging with the neurologist, Professor Chiriawe, he was, I remember he was saying that there is stem cell
Implant.
or
transplant. What is that?
Stem cell, even the way explained to me, every part of the body has got particular cells in the blood which can repair it. So the cells which repair nerves, they're very few in numbers. That's why the brain and the spinal cord are not very red. So it can't renew or regenerate on its own because they are very few. By the time the blood circulates and reaches there, they're too few to regenerate. So what they do, they get those kind of cells, few as they are, then they multiply in their own ways in the laboratories, then they inject back.
So there's a chance for your cells to regenerate and you may walk again.
Yes, if those numbers of such particular cells for the nerves have been multiplied to the level required or near level required, according to the explanation.
Okay, Robert, I'm sure you know that these days the marriage institution is under a lot of strain. The commitment, the bonds of the marriage couples is easily thrown apart by things like money, property. When you became disabled, did you have a fear that you would lose your wife? Did you have that worry?
I wouldn't say I had that much, because by the time I chose that this is the person I'll stay with, I already understood. I didn't have worry, not at all.
You didn't have worry. Yours was true love. Because these days the people marry for many reasons. Some want children, some want money, some want property. There's a lot of fakeness. You believe this was true love?
Because I didn't have any of those. We're just friends, and real true friends.
You are friends with your wife?
Yes.
Rose, why would a woman from Barara cling to a man from Lira, who even becomes disabled, cannot support you, cannot give you what you want as a woman? What is special? Is it that women from Barara like that?
I believe so. I'm joking. Everything happens for a reason. I think also this was God's intended it happen, so that maybe His glory will be shown to the world. Because even me, I don't know why, really. I ask myself, is it true or what? But I don't regret, I don't do anything. I'm just feeling normal.
But Rose, are you saying it has been a walk in the park? It has been easy for you to stay with your husband who is disabled? Has it been easy?
It's not easy at all. But just by God's grace that I can even smile. It takes...
What is the hard part of it?
He's a man. And despite that he's in this situation, but his brain works. He's a man and I'm a woman. So we are like any other family. Okay? We find those difficulties, those moments, but we sit down and settle them out and we move on. It has not been easy at all, and it's not easy. Because if I say that it has stopped, it's like, I'm giving up.
You're saying he's a man, but unfortunately, because of his condition, he cannot meet many of your needs as a woman.
Yeah.
How have you coped with that? In this world, Rose, where you have women at the slightest provocation, even men, they will split and break up. The divorce rate is very high. People marry and before 1 year they have separated, when even they are normal. Now you have stuck together in marriage for 20 years when your partner has this kind of condition. What is your message to women out there who are running out of marriages or who are searching for the right man? For you, this is the right man, even in this condition. What's your message to the young unmarried, or even those who are married?
They should be contented wherever they are. Because however much you run, you will not be satisfied with things of the world. I may leave him today. Okay, let me leave this man. Maybe I go and get someone else. Fine, I may get someone else tomorrow. It might even last a year, but who knows where it will end. So they must be contented and be satisfied wherever they are.
Have you stayed because you have children? You have two beautiful kids together. Is it the children who could have made you hold on?
It may also be the reason, but as I said, that it is by God's grace. Grace, maybe God made me to do this because this is whatever I'm doing, not because that Rose I'm courageous, not because that I'm strong, not because that I have a good heart, but it is just God using me to do His will. And when God uses you to do His will, you can't run away. Remember in the book of Jonah, God sent him to go and save to do His will, and in his own understanding, he thought by hiding from God, he will hide. But did he hide? How many days did he spend inside the stomach of the fish? So I'm not saying that I'm good, I'm not perfect, but I'm doing God's will. And when you are doing God's will, He gives you the grace, and He has given me the grace to stand over.
So in other words, you're saying every marriage is perfect the way it is.
Yes.
Let's not be looking out. But you said you're not strong, but I am sure you are strong. You must have fought off a lot of temptations, a lot of pressure, maybe even from your family or from your friends. Leave this man. That is strength, Rose. Don't you agree?
I agree, 100%. They are there. But as I said, however much they come, God provides a way for you. They come, they hit you, but God the following day gives you the strength. And that is the strength He has given me for 15 years.
And you are still counting?
I'm still counting. I don't know for how long. God knows, but I'm still counting.
Rose, Robert, don't you think that you're one of the luckiest men on earth to have a woman who will stand by you even when you cannot support him as a man, support her as a man, in this world where I'm not judging women, but there are many marriages which are failing because the man changed. He no longer provides this, he doesn't do this, he can't give money. Don't you consider yourself lucky first to be alive, but also to be alive and still have your wife?
True, I'm the luckiest man. Because a man is supposed to be the head of the family. I'm imagining every religion says so. But now, I'm a man supposed to be the head of the family, but I can't provide for my family. My wife is the breadwinner. When she comes back from work, she has to attend to me the way she could have attended to a little baby. Bathing me, turning me, dressing me. She's the one who has again gone to look for food to feed me. When I'm sick, she's the one to take me to the hospital. So I've more or less become a baby in all ways. So,
Robert, men are jealous people. Don't you sometimes get jealous that your wife has gone out there and you cannot check on her, you don't know what she's doing? How do you handle jealous, or you don't have it?
That one is natural instinct. Now when that jealousy comes, whether you're a normal person, whether you're not a normal person, you start asking questions. But now in my condition, I ask questions, then I said, look, if you were to get the answer, still the answer may be negative. Now I compare what is the advantage and the advantage if I were to ask that question verbally. So I ignore, because I see I benefit more in consoling myself than feeling jealous.
In any case, to defend her, if she was really not interested in the marriage with you, if she was interested in other things, she would not come back. She would, you wouldn't stop her.
Yes, that is the
coming.
way. That is the way I could have answered. That how I handled the jealous. Because why would you be jealous on somebody who is helping you? You can't help yourself.
So, Rose, why do you make your husband jealous?
Not really.
You don't. As we leave this subject of the marriage, do you think that you are more loving after the accident, or it's the same? Have you changed your perspective of love?
Actually, it has grown stronger.
Your love has grown stronger.
Yes, it has grown stronger.
And this must be genuine love. You know, there's a lot of fake. People fake around when they are looking for something.
Yes.
This must be genuine.
This is not love of benefit, it's just genuine, natural. It flows and grows on a daily basis by itself.
It's organic. Rose, organic love, you believe in it now. You are expecting nothing, you're just giving. because genuine love these days, I'm sorry again, among the women, sometimes it may be based on other things, not somebody like this who you are just providing for. Okay, we need to take another break again. We are going to close our conversations here with Robert Ochen and Rose Twesigye, a couple here in Nakweru village, Gira municipality. We are discussing their life. This is the last segment of our conversations here with Mr. Robert Ochen, with his wife, Rose Twesigye. We would like to conclude by asking, Robert, there is this feeling again about the marriage institution, because you are customarily married to your wife, and you have managed to stick together for this long, even in these very difficult circumstances, despite not going through a church marriage. So maybe I'll start with Rose. Is a church marriage insurance for a happy marriage?
Some couples, yes, because you introduce your marriage to God. So if you're committed, I think you can be a happy couple.
But if you can't have the church marriage, you give up?
No, you can't give up. Even customary marriage, you can be happy.
You can be happy. Okay, this conversation is about counterfeits. I am sure you have had an encounter with counterfeits, Robert. Can you maybe share your experience with counterfeits, or for you are not exposed at all?
No. That vocabulary of counterfeit, I think it is on everybody's lips in Uganda. But the simple term we know is fake. So when you hear somebody saying fake, that means counterfeit, whether marriage or goods or equipment, even services, that's a counterfeit. Now, for me to be in this condition on a wheelchair, most probably the vehicle I was in could have been counterfeit itself in one way or the other, since it was a reconditioned vehicle, or the parts were not genuine. Then the trailer which caused the accident, maybe itself also mechanically wasn't in good condition, or it was too old to be on the road, or the one was driving it was not experienced enough, or not even a real driver, because at times some of these drivers, when they are tired, they leave the driving to their helper, like the turnman or whatever. And even when I got the accident, I couldn't be sure, or up to now I'm not sure, whether the drugs I used were genuine drugs, because at times I would get some complication. I got some blood infection, but it took more than 2 months to clear. You get the treatment, no change. Get the treatment, no change. But since I don't have any capacity,
could have been fake actually.
Most probably, since I don't have the capacity of detecting that this one is genuine or not, I couldn't. But simple infection took 2 months. It was very, very hard.
But some people think that counterfeits are okay because they are cheaper. They claim because of poverty, they cannot afford. So, do you think poverty is a good reason for consuming counterfeits?
I don't think so. Now, for example, if the vehicle which has caused me to be like this, the one I was in, at that time, it was only about 9 million. But now, that 9 million, what has caused me is something we cannot now measure. It has caused my life to be in reverse, my family not to be as comfortable the way they could have been, and the simple treatments have done several times more than the value of that vehicle.
So in other words, counterfeits are expensive.
Too expensive in the long run. Too expensive.
Before you, at the time of your accident, you were doing the business of distributing veterinary drugs. I am sure you have access to news. You know that there is a big problem with the fake animal health drugs. They are caricides for the ticks and all those other drugs. What do you think has happened? I know you've not been active. Why is it that there's an increase in the fake agriculture and animal husbandry drugs? What do you think? Where did we lose the plot?
That time, I don't know whether maybe even the morals.
The morals,
still, yeah. Still somehow, for the dealers, the morals, we are still okay. Maybe the standard of living wasn't all that bad. Maybe even the taxes were not that bad. Maybe even the drug inspectors themselves still had good morals. But now...
So are you blaming corruption as a driver of counterfeiting?
Yes. Because bad morals is itself corruption. And those inspectors, instead of doing the genuine work, I would rather say this idea of getting money quick, because they
get rich quick at the expense of life.
Yes, the inspectors, even if they would discover that this thing is bad, instead of being out that this thing is bad, withdrawing from the market, punishing those, they would just clear say, give me something, I also survive. So corruption is contributing a lot.
So what should be done, Robert, as we close? What should be done, in your view, to stop this menace of counterfeits and fakes?
This counterfeit needs very serious policy makers, first of all. Because a person like me, what else can I say? It's just, I think, the policy makers who should be serious, so that whoever is caught involved in counterfeits should be given serious punishment to deter others from
such things. Rose, as a mother, as a woman, your experience with counterfeits or fakes, have you had any issue?
Yeah.
In what regard?
Even last week I bought jig. I thought it was okay, but reaching home, opened it, there's not even any smell of jig in it. So
you bought fake jig?
I bought fake jig.
Where?
Certain supermarket. A certain supermarket.
Do you have that fake jig we see it? Because jig is supposed to smell some stronger.
Yes.
What was it smelling like?
There were not any smell of jig. Of course, you bought it when it is sealed. So everything opening, there's no.
But this supermarket where you bought from, you know the owner usually buy things there. Didn't you go back?
No, I didn't go back. It was the other side. I didn't go back.
Why? Because now you lost money. So what did you use the fake jig?
I didn't use it.
So the money is gone. You have not benefited.
I didn't use it.
So what's your message to the manufacturers or makers of jig? You are their customer here, you're suffering. What do you want them to do for you?
People should not rush into...
No, the manufacturer first.
Yeah.
The one who makes that.
Yes, because it's the old...
that you got a fake jig. What do you want jig to do for you?
They should really consider people's lives and people's money, because if they keep making fake things, we will just end up even affecting our bodies. We will get something, they will harm our bodies with the fake things. So people should really think about our health. They should keep doing genuine things. Let it be expensive when it is genuine.
But jig might say, the genuine jig maker might say, I'm not the one who made that fake jig.
Of course, everybody will deny, but this message goes to everybody who intends to do fake things. They should really be conscious about people's lives. not wanting to get money very fast and do fake things, but they should keep their standard of doing genuine things. That's how we would be getting genuine things. But if they are not having that spirit in them, then I don't know what we would do.
What about those who say that because of poverty, you just buy anything, provided poverty? Is it a reason?
No, it's not a reason. Because if you buy fake thing because of poverty, you are adding a problem to another problem. So you will not be helped.
You are worsening
your problem, your poverty.
This jig bottle you bought, maybe the bottle looked different from the genuine.
No, it was the same.
It was the same.
So
you're saying that the problem with counterfeiting is that you cannot differentiate.
You can't.
Fake and genuine.
You can't. Until you open it, when you just know this is not the right thing. You can't.
And your message on what we should do to fight these counterfeits?
People should be conscious about our lives. Not overlove money, but let people love to do genuine things. Let the spirit of truth be in them. There we shall overcome having fake things.
And your message to the government and regulators, are they doing enough in this area?
They should put strong and they become very serious. When they get you with fake things, the penalty should be high. Maybe take like 5 years in prison, so that even when your friend sees you and that person is trying to do the same thing, would have that fear in them that 5 years in prison, it's really a long period. So if those rules are really being implemented, I think we will have genuine things in this country and enjoy our country.
And enjoy. As a mother, have you had an experience with counterfeits, with things you bought for your children?
Yes, even mere pens. You buy a big pen, in the next minute it goes off. They are
It
lot.
goes off, but the ink is there.
The ink is there, but the tip, it's not there.
The tip falls off.
Yes.
Big.
Yeah, not big. I can't remember the name of the pen. Can't remember the name of the pen.
So you buy and your child uses it and the tip
That
falls
same day, the tip comes up and the ink is there. So you have to throw it away and get another pen.
So you have described the pen, you have described the jig. So counterfeits are everywhere.
Everywhere.
We would like again to thank you as always for making it a date with us every Friday. Do not support the counterfeiter. Do like, share our videos, because this is about the survival of each and every one of us. So I would like to sign off by saying, don't be fake, buy and sell genuine, always.